Little beat. Okay. Okay. Within the United States, there are approximately 2.7 million animals euthanized each year. If you've ever owned a pet before, just think about the happiness that overcame you when you first brought him or her home. Have any of you experienced that situation before? Great. That feeling you got when you introduced them into the world that they had never yet experienced before. The comfort, the love, the happiness that the little puppy, kitten, or any other pet felt being introduced to your forever home. I'm a strong believer that every animal deserves this type of loving home. With such a high amount of euthanizing that takes place within the United States each year, I believe that we as humans can make a difference in the amount of euthanized animals each year through something we all have in common: social media accounts. How many of you have a Facebook? How many of you have a Twitter? How many of you have an Instagram? Great. Now that we've established that we all have this in common, I'm going to explain how we can put our fingertips to more use. More than just posting your latest selfie. According to www.statista.com, there are approximately 1.86 billion people with active Facebook users in the later month of 2016. Think about that. That is a significant amount of the entire world population that is now up to 7.4 billion people. In shelters across the United States, 7.6 million dogs and cats are entered in them each year. At a local shelter in Raleigh, North Carolina, I had a devastating experience. I was devastated at the amount of overpopulation that took place within the facility, the amount of dogs that were matted, taken over by fleas, and in dire need of a bath. Dogs were cramped in small crates in pens with no room to roam and no place to call a loving home. After this visit many years ago, I knew something needed to be changed. With a number as high as 7.6 million animals in shelters, only 2.7 million shelter animals are adopted each year. I believe that social media can make a heavy impact in bringing this number much higher. With this many animals in need, we as humans need to do something to help. Social media has so much control and influence on today's society. Each person today has an average of 5.54 social media accounts. Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are today's most popular platforms. When I think of the amount of time I personally spend on social media each day, I sort of cringe. I like to think I'm not on my phone 24/7, but sometimes I'm guilty of checking it one too many times. On average, I tend to check Facebook and Instagram alone close to 20 times a day. Too many. This may seem like a lot, but to others, this may seem like a small amount. With the excess use of social media usage, we can use this to other people and animals' advantages. Social media can make an extreme impact on animal adoption. A dog rescue that I volunteer at, Saving Grace, which is located in Raleigh, North Carolina, posts on social media daily. They make this a priority. With having about 75 dogs there at all times, they hire a photographer to take photos of each individual dog. They take very good care of their facility, filled with lots of flowers and fun colors that go in the background of each picture. If you go to savinggracenc.org, you will see a fun-filled website that's filled with pictures and dogs. Molly Goldstein, the owner of Saving Grace, makes it a priority to post about the dogs available for option each day. On Facebook, many of these dogs' photos and stories are shared hundreds of times, which opens up their following to many. With the sharing of these photos, dogs are seen, loved at first sight, and easily adopted. Because of this tactic, Saving Grace adopts close to 40 dogs a week. That is incredible. Now I am going to recap the statistics of my speech with a PowerPoint for my audience. Just show it on this. Okay. Now this is the number of animals that are entered in shelters each year, 7.6 million. Now this is the number, 2.7 million are euthanized each year. The same number, 2.7 million, are adopted each year. This is a sad reality. Now, with the number of 1.86 billion active Facebook users, that number of adoptions should go way up. And here's a bunch of happy adopted dogs. Okay, now you can hold it. Okay. If more shelters and pounds were to do more posting on social media, I believe it would dramatically increase the number of dogs adopted out each year. But it's not just up to the facilities to make this happen. In order for the post to reach out to many people, we as social media users need to be more willing to share these posts. This way, the posts reach out to hundreds, thousands, if not millions. I'm positive that everyone listening today has seen one of those posts about a sad dog that's in need of a forever home. If we would be so kind as humans, with our expensive technologies just at the reach of our fingertips, to share these posts more often, tons of homeless animals would receive a forever home. Social media is an easy reach of all humans, but social media can mean more than just looking at your friend's latest pictures, liking a friend's status, etc. Animal adoption can be heavily impacted by the simple click of a button. We have the chance to change the lives of so many homeless animals. I encourage you to go out today and make a difference.